Denver has issued a stay-at-home order effective on Tuesday, March 24th at 5 p.m. So what does this mean for you and for your small business? And what types of businesses are exempted from this order? I'm Mark Lyda from Lyda Law Firm. Let's talk about it. So the actual text of the order was just posted within the past couple of hours on the City of Denver's website. I have looked at the order and I'm trying to summarize it for you basically in real time, because if you are a business owner who's wondering if you can still open for business after 5 p.m. tomorrow night, then this is of critical and time-sensitive importance for you. So let's go through the main points of the order. The basic idea is that everybody is ordered to stay at home. If you run a business and your workers can work from home, they can still work from home and your business operations can continue. That's across the board. Then the order lays out exemptions from that. So the first exemption is for essential activities. This goes for you as an individual. You are allowed to engage in activities essential to health and safety. So this includes things like taking your dog for a walk, obtaining medical supplies and medications, going to the doctor. It includes things like going grocery shopping, and as well as, like I said, outdoor activity, which can include hiking, walking for exercise, jogging, running, but it can't include communal type activities like volleyball games, pickup basketball games, picnics, things like that. The other thing that you can do as an individual is care for a family member or a pet that's located in another household. Now, as far as what type of business activities and what types of businesses are exempted from this list, the first is healthcare operations. That includes, of course, hospitals, clinics, medical and dental care, excluding elective procedures. So all elective procedures are now banned. Pharmacies, home health care, behavioral health care, nursing homes, medical supplies, veterinary care facilities, livestock services, those are all exempted and can keep operating. Animal shelters and pet boarding services can continue to operate. It also includes medical but not recreational marijuana dispensaries that it can at least have curbside pickup. Healthcare operations are exempted from this order generally, but the order specifically says that health clubs, fitness and exercise gyms, and similar facilities are not included in the definition of healthcare operations. So in other words, they do have to close. Essential infrastructure is, of course, exempted from this order. That includes water, sewer, gas, electrical services, utilities, public transportations, operations at the airport, solid waste collection and removal, those sorts of things that keep the government moving. Essential governmental functions are also exempted from this list. But what I'm getting the most questions about are essential businesses. Is my small business considered an essential business that can keep going? So healthcare operations, like I said. Then there are grocery stores, certified farmers markets, food banks, convenience stores, and other establishments engaged in the retail sale of food. Then there's the production of food, farming, livestock, fishing, those can keep going on. Businesses that provide food, shelter, social services, and other necessities of life for economically disadvantaged or otherwise needy individuals. Journalists, television, newsprint, radio, media services, gas stations, banks, hardware stores, plumbers, electricians, exterminators, people who provide services that are necessary to maintain safety, sanitation, and those sorts of things. Mailing and shipping services, including P.O. boxes, and educational institutions are exempted provided that there's social distancing of 6 feet. Laundromats, dry cleaners, laundry service providers. Restaurants can continue to operate, but only for delivery, takeout, and drive-through. And then there are businesses that supply products needed for people to work and learn from home, businesses that supply support to other essential businesses such as healthcare operations, businesses that ship or deliver groceries or other food. All indoor and outdoor malls are closed except for the essential businesses within them. Airlines are allowed to continue, taxis are allowed to continue, transportation activities like that. Residential establishments such as hotels, motels, and shelters. Professional services such as legal, insurance, accounting, or tax prep are allowed to remain open when necessary to assist in compliance with legally mandated activities, and that's not defined. Faith-based establishments are allowed to continue, but people again are strongly encouraged to engage in social distancing activities. And then there are childcare facilities. This is a huge exception, and the way it is worded is a little bit vague in the sense of it says that childcare facilities are exempted in this order to work as permitted. And it says that they can operate only under the following mandatory conditions. Children must be cared for in groups of 10 or fewer. Children can't change from group to group within a childcare facility. Each group has to be in a separate room and not mix. And the providers can't go from group to group either. It also says that childcare facilities providing services that enable employees exempted in this order to work as permitted are exempted. So in other words, a childcare facility is technically only supposed to remain open in order to allow the parents of the children to work in exempted businesses. So theoretically, if a childcare facility had no parents that worked in exempted businesses, it seems to me that technically under that order, that childcare facility would not be allowed to operate under this order. Another type of business that is allowed to keep going is construction, and that includes various types of construction. Specifically, it says residential construction, and it words it as housing and affordable housing construction is allowed to move forward. So it's being pitched as a measure for affordable housing, but it specifically includes housing that is not for affordable housing. So all the cranes you see downtown building complexes of $1 million condos and the like, those will be unaffected. And now the other thing is, okay, what happens if you violate this order? Is that just the cost of doing business? Well, it's about $1,000 fine for each violation, $999, and it's intended to be cumulative. So if you violate this time after time after time and you keep running your business, every instance of you violating this order would technically be subject to a $999 fine. So that would be much more than the cost of doing business, and it is intended to be cost prohibitive and continuing. So please don't try to flaunt this order or disregard it. It's not only about the fines that you will incur, it's obviously for the purpose of public safety. So you're encouraged to follow it, and the fines will be very steep if you do not. If you have any other questions about this or other ways that coronavirus is affecting your small business, please feel free to drop them in the comments below or to reach out to us directly. Thanks for watching.